So moving on to step 10, this is where you take a piece of elastic and you're going to thread it through the casing. So it seems pretty innocent here. It says, cut a piece of elastic the length of elastic guide 13. Now I have to tell you, I have no idea what they're referring to. I don't actually have the instructions in front of me anymore. I just have a picture of it, and I don't know what elastic guide 13 is. So what you should do is just measure your hips. You remember you took that measurement to figure out what pattern you're using, and just get a piece of elastic that's about the circumference of your hips, and then that'll give you excess elastic so that when you thread it through your casing you won't lose it. So we will go through this in more detail with the actual fabric. So again, I don't really know what the pattern instructions meant by gauge 13, step 13. So what I would suggest is you have your elastic here, and you don't want to make it this tight because it's not going to be living. Your pajama pants are not going to be situated here. They're going to be situated like an inch farther down. So just to be safe, I just recommend that you cut a piece of elastic that's like at your hips, because that way you're going to have extra. You'll just have a little extra wiggle room. So this is the elastic piece that I'm going to use, and then I'm going to thread through the casing that I've created. So this is step 10. Cut a piece of elastic, the length which we did, and now we are going to thread the elastic through the casing that we've created. On the far end of the elastic, so the part that I'm not threading through, I'm going to put in a safety pin, and I'm just going to attach it on the body of the pajama pants. That way if I pull too hard on the elastic as I'm threading it, I'm not going to lose the elastic in the casings halfway through. So I'm going to take the other end. I'm going to take my second safety pin. You probably, I don't know if you actually need a safety pin. You could probably thread it through without a safety pin, but the problem is it's so limp that you're going to have a hard time shoving it through the casing. So I think a safety pin will be your best bet. So starting on one end, you're just going to run the safety pin through. And so it might get a little bit difficult at your side seams because you have all these seam allowances. So you're just going to have to aim for the best. And I imagine you had similar difficulties with your miniature pants. So you know the drill on how to get that elastic to go through the casing properly. So I'm at the halfway point here. And you see I can just smooth out the casing with wild abandon, knowing that this elastic is not going to get lost inside the casing because I have it attached. So here I am at the halfway point, and again trying to get it through that, past that center front seam. Here we go. Made it past the side seam. And here it's emerging on the other end of the casing. So very carefully I'm just going to remove both pieces of elastic, both safety pins from the elastic. And I'm going to repin it so that I basically am lining up the two edges, and I'm going to put a safety pin across like this, maybe 2 inches away from the end, like this. So now what I can do is I can kind of rearrange the fabric in the elastic for it all to lie smoothly. So that's the elastic. Now we got to try the pants on and fine-tune how tight to make the elastic so the pants fit properly.